but this will be recorded if you want to share with some of your colleagues as well. Hope everybody had a good Memorial Day weekend. I'm based here in Charleston. It's beautiful and sunny. So we're excited to tell you about a few more East Coast properties today. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started. It looks like people are still hopping on, but really, really appreciate your time and thank you for logging in. Hopefully everyone can hear me and see my screen. I'm Natalie Payne. I'm the Vice President of Sales for the Calliope Collective. We offer sales representation to very unique properties for the US markets and the UK markets. And just to kind of, if you haven't heard about Calliope much before, or you're not familiar, to put our name in context a little bit for you, Calliope literally means beautiful voice. She was one of the muses in Greek mythology over poetry and music and the finer things in life, a lot of what we sell to our clients every day. And then our favorite part is the little Calliope hummingbird that you'll see in our logo. It's the smallest bird in North America, and they fly over 5,000 miles alone to migrate. So just, come to Calliope, always looking for fantastic independently owned properties. We're really proud of that. They're going to be unique to their destination, really high 4- or 5-star properties. That's what we hope that you'll kind of find Calliope synonymous with. We do have our sales team here. So I'm on the East Coast. I'm based in Charleston, South Carolina. Lindsay is on the West Coast, based in San Diego. And then we have Dan Clark, who is in London and heads up our Europe division. And then we have a really wonderful support team that helps us with newsletters and all of our planning. Featured hotels today, we've been kind of on a big webinar series journey. And so this is our final one with Nemacolin in Farmington, Pennsylvania. Salamander DC, which is going under a lot of exciting changes right now, and the Inn at Perry Cabin in St. Michael's, Maryland. So welcome to all of you that are going to be presenting today as well. And we'll go ahead and kick it off with Nemacolin. I would ask, if you have any questions, please go ahead and put those up into the chat, the Q&A, section up here, and we'll answer those at the end of each segment. But we have Laura with us today from Nemacolin. Welcome, Laura.
Hello.
I'm going to give the controls to you. We're going to cross our fingers, and hopefully everything will work.
Awesome. All right.
Perfect.
Yes, we're working. So thank you everyone for joining us today. I am Lara with Nemacolin. So just a little bit about our property. So we are in southwestern Pennsylvania. So we're about an hour drive from Pittsburgh International Airport. So that's going to be where we really recommend people come into if they are flying. We're also about a 2-hour drive from Washington, DC, if you have people already on the East Coast. So this is a really nice property experience. So you can either rent a car, or we can help you set up transportation to and from the airport, which is really awesome. The screen's, no, there we go. So our property is pretty unique in the way that it's laid out. So this is a property map right here. So we have the chateau, which is going to be this white building right here, and it actually connects to the Grand Lodge building. This is right in the hustle bustle of everything. So if you have families or friends that kind of want to be right there, that's going to have all the restaurants, the spa, some pools, and some activities right there. If you're going to be over here, this is Falling Rock. This one is going to be our boutique style hotel. So that's a really nice experience. Only 42 rooms over there, very private. It's going to be going adults only this September. So we're very excited about that. Sits right on the golf course, a nice experience over there. And then we do have 40 townhomes kind of all in a row right here. So those are a great option for friends or family that wanted to travel together but still have their own space. They could kind of be next door neighbors, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms in there. And scattered throughout the property, you'll find 9 private estates. The smallest sleeps up to 6, and the largest actually sleeps up to 22. So it's a pretty unique property. Everything is going to have all of the amenities, signature, virtuoso, etc. And that's going to be a really awesome component to whatever the aesthetic of your clientele is wanting. They can kind of have every experience there. So then next we'll go to The Bachelor. There we go. So The Bachelor is going to be where we hosted in 2020. So if anyone remembers Matt James' season, that was a really awesome one for us. It kind of showcased the entire property, and we've made a lot of accommodations different since then too. So starting off with our chateau. So this is our original property. So this one's going to be kind of modeled after the Ritz in Paris. This is really beautiful. The first thing you see when you arrive onto the property, it actually reopened this week after a whole renovation for the last 6 months, just giving it some beautiful touches. All the chandeliers, 14-foot high ceilings in here, really beautiful color schemes. It's going to be very French opulence inspired, has all new bathrooms, marble and gold, all the Ritz stuff too. This is going to be our afternoon tea area, so it's kind of modeled after Marie Antoinette's boudoir room. So we're going to have some fun blue cocktails in here, as well as some really beautiful tea service. Lautrec is going to be our 5-star, 5-diamond, 6-course tasting menu. So this is our finest option on the property itself. We do have 10 dining options ranging from casual to this fine dining option throughout the resort too. The patisserie, going along with that French theme, is going to be grab and go coffee in the morning. You're going to have beer and wine in here. All of our pastries are made in-house, so this is a really special place too. Our Grand Lodge was actually the first thing that was bought by the Hardy family in 1987. So our Hardy family that owns us also owns 84 Lumber Company, which is the #1 independently held lumber company in America right now. So they make a lot of money and they share it with us, which we're very grateful for. They put in $150 million last November on this property and what we see as the Grand Lodge today. So all of these rooms went down from 97 keys to 56 suite style options. So they're all going to have beautiful bathrooms, floor to ceiling marble, soaking tubs, and then a private sitting area in all of the rooms, as well as a Juliet balcony or a larger balcony in every single one of them. This is going to be our penthouse right here. Really beautiful, 2 bedrooms and 2.5 baths in this one. Floor to ceiling windows. It's going to have the best view on property. So that's a really special one that we're very excited about. Our Fun and Fable restaurant is going to be American style dining, so steaks, salads, all the works, private dining options available too. And then our lobby bar is going to be a circular bar, so this is going to have smoking craft cocktails, really cool experience in here with our mixologists, as well as Gusto is going to be our Italian restaurant. So this one's under a renovation until September, so Labor Day weekend it should open, and it's going to have beautiful verandas, and then we're going to have some pasta and pizza making classes in here with Italian fare for families, friends. It's a great place to gather at night. And then Nightcap is going to be our adults only bar. This actually just opened last week, so we're very excited about this. We're going to have some dueling piano concerts in here, some comedians, some stage performances, cabaret. If you were bringing your kiddos on vacation, they could head over to PJ's Ice Cream Parlor. This is going to be right outside of our kids club and babysitting services. They can grab some popcorn, some sweet treats in there. And then for private home options, we do have 9 of these estates. This one's my favorite, Mallard's Landing, kind of sits on its own little lake, has a jacuzzi, it's 5 bedrooms in here, sleeps up to 15 guests. So really beautiful experience, as well as Dogwood Estates sleeps up to 18 right on the golf course. Both of these homes are going to be included in all the amenities as well. So you could go to the spa, restaurants, pools, everything. We have shuttle services that can pick you up. It's about a 20-minute walk away from the entire resort. So if you wanted to walk, you totally could. We also have electric bikes. Private chef experiences are great in here, but you pretty much have your home away from home, but access to the entire property with these. Our townhome options, again, there were 40 of those all in a row. So you could be next door neighbors. This is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, really beautiful patio space. We have kitchens in here as well as living room spaces, 2 floors. It's a really nice area right outside of it. It kind of has fire pits, so it's really casual if you wanted to do that. This is our entry level property right now. Rates are going for about $499 for these ones too. Then our last of our accommodations is going to be Falling Rock. So this one's really beautiful. This one is going to have its own private pool that only resort guests of this hotel can access. It's modeled after Frank Lloyd Wright's Falling Water, so you'll see nods of that too. It's only about a 20-minute drive away from the resort, and we can help set up transportation to that. And then for activities, I'll fly through these. We have over 100 different activities on property. So it's going to be our two Pete Dye design golf courses, both 18 holes each, as well as our state-of-the-art TrackMan facilities, 40 treatment rooms in our spa, really beautiful relaxation lounge. And then we do have a holistic healing center, float tank therapy, red light therapy, the works in there. Our doggy spa, your dog can come on vacation with us. We have a little pool for them. They can get their nails done, and then they can have boarding services there too. Our Rod and Range Club's really awesome. It's about a 10-minute drive up the property. Sporting plays, Orvis indoors fly fishing, Jeep off-roading available, and then we do have an equestrian center, so we can do trail rides. We have lions, tigers, and bears, so we have an animal sanctuary for them. They all have a story about why they're there, and we have really awesome art directors and things that can help you with that too. So then our art collection's about $50 million showcased throughout the resort. We have piano and paint classes, jewelry making, kids arts and crafts. For Christmas time, we have a whole new Hardy Village that was transformed last year. One of our venues is going to be all things Candyland Christmas. So we have three shows a day with elves coming in, knowing all the kids' names. We have boozy hot chocolate and regular hot chocolate for the kids and Chanel purses. So it's a really cool lifelike experience with all the kids having from Thanksgiving until Christmas time. We have Johnny Weir come in and do an ice skating performance and New York City ballerinas. So it's definitely something to see for Christmas time, as well as other activities for the winter time. We have dog sledding, skiing, snowboarding, and then for our awesome zip line, we're going to do that this summer, as well as a Ninja Warrior course, laser tag, cosmic bowling, axe throwing, and then a casino on property, as well as 7 pools throughout the property. This is the main pool right here. So this is really awesome. This is going to be for the kiddos. They can hang out here. There's a slide. There's the spa pool over here. And it's going to be a really cool experience. This is our peak pool. Lastly, it's going to be a lazy river down here, heated all year round. So you can kind of see people skiing on the ski slope that's right across from it, as well as a full concert series in the summer. So this summer, we are actually doing our summer solstice party, which we're really excited to talk about. That's going to be Friday, June 21st through the 23rd. It's going to be hosted by Jimmy Fallon, Lionel Richie, Michael Bublé performances, as well as a dinner by Jean George, and then a very special guest star along the likes of Adele or Lady Gaga, someone similar to that. And it's going to be an absolute whirlwind vacation for anyone that's interested. I can send over all the information. So let me know if you're interested in this one. But yeah, that's Nemacolin. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Laura. I
Thank
think that
you.
was a record-breaking time. Good
Oh,
job.
good.
There's so much to cover.
Yeah.
Wanted to just mention, because I know many of you, have booked, I used to be at Kiowa for 18 years, and if you've booked big resorts like, Kiowa or Sea Island or Carmel Valley Ranch or the Greenbrier, the Nemacolin absolutely blows all of them away as far as the amount of activities that they have. I've taken my kids there several times, and sometimes it rains the entire weekend, which would have been a disaster at another property, but there's so much to do even indoors. So definitely think of Nemacolin for multi-gen. It's perfect for multi-gen, but you can have a nice romantic weekend there as well. And they've done a great job creating 15 different itineraries that Laura and the team will follow up with 3 and 5 day, just to give you and your clients some ideas as far as girls getaways, golf weekends, romance weekends, things like that. So, and for the summer solstice, this is a really incredible package. They're only allowing 200 guests, and I think we only have 50 packages left, and
Yeah.
those are for up to 2 people. So definitely, if you have some high level clients that might be interested in this star-studded weekend, let us know. So next, we're really excited to welcome Christina, who's with the Salamander DC in Washington, and I just have the privilege to stay at this property. So welcome.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me well.
Yes, we can.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Natalie, for your support, and excited to present our beautiful property. All
You should
right.
have controls now. Let's see.
Yeah, thank you. Let's see if it works.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So I'll talk a little bit about our brand. So Salamander Collection, for some of you that are not familiar with it, with the brand, we have been founded by Miss Sheila Johnson. As you may know of her, she's very well known. She's the first African American billionaire in the U.S. She's very well respected and has gone through several transformations throughout her life and career. She's an owner of the Mystics, one of the owners of the Mystics team, the basketball women team here in Washington, DC, and has some, how should I say, a grand footprint in her, again, life and career. She has founded this brand about 20 years ago, and it started with our property in Middleburg. Sorry, I'm trying to move around the, okay, let's see.
Try to click on your screen again and then maybe reactivate it and see if it will. There we go.
All right.
Perfect.
Right. And as I mentioned, we do have the property in Middleburg, but in 2022, Ms. Johnson took over this property, the Salamander, Washington, DC, which was previously Mandarin Oriental. So as you may be familiar with the location, we are located prominently by the new District Wharf. So it's a brand new area in the city, which costs the city about $3 billion to develop. We are surrounded now by a lot of entertainment and restaurants. So great location. We're also, as I call it, the only luxury property that is waterfront facing out of all the luxury properties in Washington, DC. We're also the closest luxury property to the Capitol and to the National Mall. So very close proximity, centrally located. And we're very, very fortunate to have a beautiful outdoor area that is actually showcasing in this beautiful photo right here. All right. We're also very closely located to one of our biggest advantages and benefits is the location to the Jefferson Memorial. As you may know, the story of the cherry blossoms and how they were donated by Japan shortly after the war. This is a beautiful place to visit during the cherry blossom season, springtime, and we are the closest to this attraction. All right. So sorry, I went a little bit ahead. Nevertheless, so we have 373 guest rooms in total and 51 suites, out of which we have 6 signature suites. We are currently going through quite a significant renovation. All our suites are being redone. All our club lounge is being redone as well, and also our lobby level and our spa. Our spa used to be the only 4-star spa in town. We're adding another level to our spa, and we are going for the 5th star once it's finished later this fall. We'll also be adding some other features such a barbershop, some other interesting features to the property. Sorry. These are some of our suites. Again, you can see the beautiful location to the waterfront, but also centrally located. All our bathrooms have the separate tub and the shower, which is a unique feature for Washington, DC. There are very few properties that have these features. This is one of our signature suites. Again, 5 in total. And then just a little bit about our food and beverage. We are, as I mentioned, under a massive renovation right now. Our lobby bar, which is overlooking the beautiful garden that you've seen earlier, is under renovation. It will reopen early July. And then we also are adding a celebrity chef restaurant, which was not in the So I'll speak about it in a bit. Thank you so much, Judy, for your question. So we have our Celebrity Chef restaurant will be opened by Chef Kwame Onwachi. It's his first African Caribbean inspired restaurant in Washington, D.C., but not his first restaurant in D.C. He has been previously here, and we're excited to welcome him back. As you know, he owns the famous twice #1 restaurant in New York, Tatiana. So we're very, very lucky and grateful for his for him joining our hotel this summer. The renovation, just to speak to Jody's questions. So the lobby bar will be done early July. Kwame's Dogon restaurant will be open sometime mid-July to early August. The last, I would say, renovation piece is going to be our spa, which is not going to be ready until late October. In the meantime, we're also, as I mentioned, doing our executive club lounge, as well as our suites as well. Lounge prior to the renovation. The renovation will bring some fresh and contemporary look to it. And as per the brand Salamander brand concept, the lounge is meant to be not just a lounge, but your living room. So we're trying to bring that cozy residential feel to this beautiful lounge. Sorry. We had quickly a peek view at the Dogon restaurant, which is coming up, as I mentioned to you, later this summer. The concept, unfortunately, is not in this presentation, so but I'll make sure to update as we go along with the renovation. As for activities, as I mentioned, we have the Salamander Spa. We are amongst very, very few properties in the city that have this extensive spa. We are going to have 12 treatment rooms in total once the renovation is done. We'll also have the largest indoor pool in the city. That's being redone as well, and a wraparound 360 degrees view fitness center that is being redone as well. So exciting things coming at the Washington, D.C. Salamander. So indoor pool prior to its renovation. We also have an outdoor sun deck for our pool. So again, it's one of the most popular pools in the city. Afternoon tea, this is going to be continued for us, and we just finished our cherry blossoms tea with the spring, and we'll have more coming in the fall, and you know, in the year to come. Just a quick, you know, how do you get around from our property? We do have a bike program, which is very, very environmentally friendly. And as you know, DC is a very small city, so you can get around from pretty much on a bike or on a short walk. The city is about 2 miles altogether, so you can get around easily. Besides the bike, we also have the bike program. We also have an electric car that is part of our welcome arrival process. It takes you about and has an area of about 2 miles that it covers, and it's also gives you accessibility to the wharf should people not be interested in walking, but rather taking the cart. As I mentioned, we are closely located to the tidal basin. There's so many things that have changed in Washington, D.C., you know, with the years. With the addition of the wharf, of course, we have a brand new concert venue called the Anthem, which has great concerts. We also are in close proximity to Capital One Arena, which is one of the main sports and entertainment venues in the city. And we also added a few years back the soccer field, Audi Field, which hosts several soccer matches throughout the year. And every summer we actually host an international soccer game. For any soccer fans, of course. Then we have the National Mall. It's about, I would say, 7 minutes walk from our property. This is where it all happens. All the Smithsonian museums are here, the Washington Monument, and of course, a stroll to the reflecting pool, as well as the, as I mentioned, the Capitol building. So this is District Wharf. The hotel is connected. You can see here in the background, we are connected through a pedestrian pathway. So you can go walk from our garden straight to the wharf, which is a very quick walk, about 5 minutes. And it takes you in the middle of the entertainment and restaurant scene. As you know, as I mentioned before, you do have the Smithsonian museums. We also have a Art Tech House is a high-tech art exhibition center. It is very much in tune with the times, very popular with children and crowds. And the Nationals, of course, we do have the baseball field. A quick drive away from us. It's about, I would say, 15 to 20 minutes drive from the hotel. Anthem, as I mentioned, you can see it here. And that's pretty much all I have. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you again for your time. And feel free to reach out if I can be of any help. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Christina. I was just looking to see a few questions on Nemacolin. How many nights would you recommend guests stay? I think Laura, answered 3 to 5 for sure. There's so much to do there. And then I know, Christina, you answered, yes, the upgrades and everything. I have to tell you though, I mean, I stayed last month and it's really, y'all done such a nice job kind of blocking off the lobby, construction area. It almost, you had to do a double take to even see, that it was there, but I know it's going to be stunning when it's done with the view for sure. And the service is fantastic. So anything you can send our way, obviously the renovations are going to be great, but even before then, we would love to have them.
I think we had a quick question about the property being Virtuoso. Yes, we are part of Virtuoso.
Yes. And with all 3 of these properties, they are part of the preferred platinum program as well. So if we're not in your preferred consortia program, you can certainly still get your amenities by booking the preferred platinum program. And with Nemacolin, especially for like Virtuoso, Signature, Select, Amex, all 3 hotels are part of those programs. It's just really kind of the aesthetics and the setting that your clients would want. So hopefully that clarifies. So finally, I'll be presenting the Inn at Perry Cabin. Catherine was not able to join us today, but says hello. She's the director of sales there. So Inn at Perry Cabin is a beautiful, beautiful property on the Miles River, which opens up to the Chesapeake Bay. So we are in St. Michael's, Maryland, and you may recognize this setting as where they shot The Wedding Crashers back in 2005, which I can't believe it was that long ago, but this is really what it's all about, this picture. And I say that you get this Adirondack attitude almost immediately when you arrive. You just want to sit in one of these Adirondack chairs with a book and a glass of champagne and watch the sunset. At the flagpole here each night, they do a Veuve Clicquot complimentary toast. And so they have a wonderful historian and storyteller, and he'll come out and kind of, give a few tales and do a toast for all of the guests. So it's a nice time for guests to really get together and hang out as well. So again, in St. Michael's, Maryland, many people in the summer don't want to necessarily cross the Bay Street Bridge. It's a beautiful, beautiful bridge, but we have a new arrival that you could consider as well by yacht. So you could park at the Annapolis Yacht Club and we'll come over and pick you up and you can come across that way. Helicopter, of course, as well, but it's a nice arrival. This hotel has 79 rooms and 38 suites. They're very kind of country club, light, bright feeling. They've been renovated, all of the soft goods within the last few years. So definitely feels fresh. There are some rooms that are pet friendly as well, with little garden areas that are fenced in. So just let us know if you have a client with a pet coming. They've really done a great job in the last year or two, really activating the lawn. So they want people to get out and socialize with each other. They have, cornhole boards and bocce ball, and they're doing plein air painting. We have tennis, stand-up paddleboarding, kayaking. So lots of kind of those resort activities that are available for you to do. They have a beautiful organic garden, flower and fruit and veg as well. This area has some nice breweries. We have a new rum distillery that's female owned that we're doing like private rum tastings with our clients if they're interested in that. The town itself is super cute. Lots of little boutiques and art museums, antiques. And then it's also a lot of history. The War of 1812 had a pretty significant incident, I would guess, in this area. And St. Michael's is known as the town that fooled the British. They hung lanterns way back, kind of behind the town. And so the British shot their cannons over the town and it saved the town. So I went on a biking tour the last time I was there. It's a beautiful way to learn more about the history. Some gorgeous restaurants where you can eat on the water and have a nice orange crush. That's their famous drink there. It's like vodka, fresh orange juice, Sprite. You have to try that too. But it's all about the fleet. So the fleet of boats comes in early April, and then they stay through kind of late October, early November, depending on the weather. But it's a big deal. There's a big festival and the blessing of the fleet when they first come in. But this is a main reason why a guest would come during the summer, is to learn how to sail or to just get out on the water on a yacht or a sailboat. They have the Stanley Norman, which is actually a registered historic landmark, and it's a skipjack that dates back to 1902. So you can actually still take a cruise on the Stanley Norman, which is really neat, up the Miles River. We do have a Pete Dye designed golf course. It was the last golf course that Pete and his wife Alice designed before he passed away. And so, a lot of people will kind of have that list that they want to get around to all of the Pete Dye golf courses. This is the 17th hole. It's a really stunning, very difficult hole, at least for me. But the last 3 holes of the golf course, they call the goodnight kiss. So it's just a really nice experience. Golf Learning Center with simulators inside as well. If it does happen to rain or be inclement weather, they have a gorgeous little spa, 2 restaurants. This is Stars Restaurant that has those amazing views. And then we have Purser's Pub as well. We have a new chef. He's getting fantastic reviews, and you can have Maryland crab, rockfish, flounder, oysters, all of the beautiful seafood, but specifically crab, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. These came about during COVID for private dining, and they've been really popular. So they've kept those around if you want to have a little bit more privacy or romance. And then our lighthouse is always really popular for proposals and anniversary dinners. They do a ton of weddings really well here. All weddings are welcome as well. They were doing a photo shoot when I was there recently with these 2 gorgeous brides on the boats, and you can, sail out and have that as part of your reception. They've added these new fire pits. We have 4 fire pits. So just a nice after dinner, grab, your glass of wine or your nightcap and sit out by the fire. So that's the Inn at Perry Cabin updates. Quickly for you, I mentioned the weddings. It is a stunning, stunning wedding destination and just great little staycation on the Eastern Seaboard if you have people looking to get away. Let me see, it might look like there's one more question here. Are there slips for guests to arrive via their own boats? Yes, there are, and we have another marina that's close by that we can do that. The concierge team has a wonderful list of all the restaurants that we recommend, and the cute boutiques and all of that. So we do have some more upcoming webinars. We're going to really now delve into our different pillars. We have kind of golf and wellness and family, and so the next webinars will be more themed like that. So yeah, I think Inn at Perry Cabin for birthday next month. Awesome. please email. A lot of folks ask me, how do you want us to work with Calliope? Of course, you can certainly, especially now that you know Christina and Laura, you can certainly talk to the properties directly, but we just ask that you let us know if you have a booking so that we can VIP. We track all of our bookings and emails that come through us so we can make sure the properties know, that we're connecting you all. Please also follow us on social, the Calliope Collective on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We would love that. And just really so thankful that all of you came on today. We know you're really, really busy, which is a good thing. We are hearing kind of across the board that, I don't know if it's an election year or what. Christina might have the scoop on that, but it definitely seems like during an election year that people hold back and they wait a little more last minute. I was in Chicago and St. Louis and Atlanta last week, and all the advisors were kind of saying that. So we're probably all on the same page, but we really appreciate your partnership. All of our hotels, I can tell you, really value the travel advisor and that you have such an influence on your clients as to where to put people. So we know you have lots of choices, and we just really appreciate your partnership, and we promise we'll take very good care of your clients. So we'll follow up, but let us know if you have any questions, and just wishing you a really great week. Thanks, everybody. We'll send a recording. Thanks for our presenters, Laura and Christina.
Thank
as well.
you.
Very much. Thank you,
Bye.
Natalie.
Appreciate y'all.